All right, everybody, welcome in. Monday, noon, lunchtime. It is Stick and Hack Reacts, our weekly show where we take a look at what happened on the PGA and the LPGA over the weekend. I'm your host, Adam Grubb from Stick and Hack, along with Keith Stewart, a PGA professional and host of the Pro Show on ESPN Radio in New York City. Keith, a lot to unpack from the weekend. Number one, and something near and dear to my heart, is a pro shooting a 92. Robert Gamez, who hit one of the most famous shots in all time in golf, which doesn't get a lot of love, by the way, in 1991. He shot a 92 this weekend and then didn't sign his scorecard, walked off the course, was DQ'd. People are blasting him. What's the deal, Keith? What's your reaction?
Adam, you typical hack. Leave the guy alone, okay? Seriously. I mean, as a PGA professional, we all have bad days, on the golf course. All right, on and off the golf course. But he had a bad day on the golf course. Leave the guy alone.
I think what is exciting is that there's a professional who is out there who is able to shoot a 92. But the second part of that is that he just walked off, didn't sign his card, and basically erased that from the record book. That is kind of like not posting your score in the clubhouse for your handicap if you have a bad round. That gets a no as well. Why are we supposed to leave him alone about that?
Well, all right, you bring up a good point, and I get it. You love the fact that a tour professional has as many triple bogeys on his card as you do usually.
100%.
But here's the thing. The guy won on tour 3 times, and he beat Greg Norman on that particular day by holing out with a 7-iron over the lake. Now, I've played that golf hole many, many times, and I've gone to that plaque and dropped the ball and said, you know what? I'm good with his story. I don't need to create my own water story here. I mean, it's a really tough shot. And I think that, one of the things that kind of gets lost in all of this is that how hard it is to play on tour. It's really difficult. I mean, he hasn't had his tour card since 2008. And it reminds me of last week in Orlando on the LPGA Tour where Annika hadn't played an event in the same 12 years, right? And she made the cut. I mean, golf is hard, Adam, and you got to cut the guy a little slack.
All right, fair enough. Next, Bryson DeChambeau. I don't know. There's about 27 different storylines for Bryson over the weekend. Number one is that he won, so congratulations to him. Let's start with the first reaction of him bombing 370 2 days in a row over the lake on hole 6 and basically changing the landscape of all golf course design moving forward. Your reaction to Bryson hitting at 370 over a lake?
I think that you have to just love it. It's unbelievable, and it's great for golf.
Why is it great for golf? Right now, everybody is saying we are the distance, roll the ball back, change the equipment, 370. It's a pitch and a putt after that. It's ridiculous to have a golf hole that's 450 yards that can be reached into that easily. Why is it good for golf? Why shouldn't we be scolding Bryson for not following the rules of golf?
All right, so just give me a moment to talk to your hack brain for a second here, okay? I want to give you a pop culture. I want to give you a pop culture example of how Bryson is evolving right before our eyes, and he's taking the golf world and putting it on his broad protein shake shoulders, okay? Mm-hmm. The guy is not likable. I get that. I mean, the whole sponsorship deal when he won, in his first interview, I get it. But the PGA Tour is embracing this. You should embrace this. The guy drives it over a lake, which is like the size of the Indian Ocean. I mean, it's unbelievable what this guy is doing. And you know what? I'm going to use a pop culture example. You remember the movie Gladiator with Russell Crowe?
Absolutely.
So Maximus starts out the movie, and he's not really a likable guy. He's this general. He's in war. He's a cool dude. But a lot of people just don't get him. But by the end of the movie, he's raising his arms, just like Bryson did on Saturday. He's like, are you not entertained? Right? You have to love the fact and the passion that this guy is bringing to the game. And if you're the USGA, you're worried. But you know what? I think for the time being, and the 75 million rounds that the National Golf Foundation tells us, that extra ones that happened in 2020, those people are going to like Bryson, and they're going to like hitting the ball further. So good luck, USGA. But for right now, Bryson he's in a soft spot in my heart.
I don't think I have a problem with Bryson hitting the ball hard and showing some emotion. I think I have a problem overall with and not a problem, but I have a confusion as to why people don't like him, me included. I didn't want to see him win. I wanted to see Lee Westwood win. That was a better storyline to me. That would have been more exciting. That would have been something that I could have really latched onto because I've been watching Lee play forever. Bryson, who is having an incredible season, he's an incredible golfer, incredible talent. He does weird things that bother me, and I don't know why. Right? It's like my neighbor. He bothers me. I'm not sure why. He just bothers me. And that's how I feel about Bryson. I think most people feel that about him. Yet he is doing great things for the game of golf and is showing some real excitement for people that just want to see the long ball, just like in the home runs in baseball. People want to see that excitement. And your reaction is that's great for golf. Let Bryson be Bryson and leave him alone as well.
Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Well,
exactly. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're cooking with gas, Keith. Bryson, his storylines, they are all over the map. He does so many things that are talkable moments, right? Every tournament, whether he is shot a 78 or whether he shot a 65 and wins, he is always a topic of conversation. And I think that is what the point is.
Adam, golf mirrors life. So just like your neighbor fills a role in your life, Bryson fills a role in all of our golf lives, all right? Just like Patrick Reed is the ultimate enemy and the evil and the cheater guy, just like Brooks is the guy we can't wait for his quotable in the press room. Bryson is this guy we don't understand, so he frustrates us because he's doing things better than us. And we just don't get him. And all he does is throw science back at us. And you got the angry Twitter sphere constantly always contradicting him. You don't know what's right, what's wrong. The guy uses one-length irons. I mean, he is the definition of an outlier. I mean, he makes Malcolm Gladwell so proud. I mean, it's ridiculous what this guy is up to, you know? So I think at the end of the day, that's why it's tough to, if you give me one specific aspect of Bryson, like hitting it across the lake on 6 at Bay Hill, I could give you a reaction. But to put all of Bryson into one package and give you a reaction, I don't know if I'm capable of doing that.
I couldn't agree more. There's too much there to talk about. Bryson, I'm sure, will be a topic again on Stick and Hack Reacts because he's that polarizing of a character in golf. And golf needs more characters. And so for me, I like the Patrick Reeds. I like the Brysons. I like those storylines because A, it gives us something to talk about. But B, it makes golf exciting because golf has a problem with this boring, tired, just kind of nonchalant game. And him putting his arms up after bombing at 370 is exactly what I would do if I was playing at my Muni or on some weekend, you know, with my buddies. That's exactly what I would do. It's impossible for me to do that. 270, I might have done that. But that's where I think golf is and where golf needs to go, and we're excited to see that. What's your reaction, Stick and Hack Nation? Tweet us at Stick and Hack. That's Keith Stewart. I'm Adam Grubb, and this has been Stick and Hack Reacts.